Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So tonight's question is, who shot Harris on Days of Our Lives? Who was it? You had three people that was attacked. You had, well, Harris, obviously. You had Harris, you had Lucas, and then you had the Horton house. So, and you had Xander out there jogging because I don't even know why at this point, but all that stuff happened. We're gonna get into a lot of it. We're gonna get into Days of Our Lives, Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born to Beautiful, Young and the Restless. I cannot believe I actually said Days of Our Lives twice, and now it's the third time I said it. So let's sit there and do a quick roll call and get this live stream started. Ron is in the chat. What's good, Ron? Dolomedics is in the chat. How you doing tonight? AKA Dolly. As you are coming in, make sure you do hit the like button. It really does help. Clyde is a gangster. I don't know what the hell he is at this point. A little bit left in here. Now I do have to wake up kind of early because I got my I got some stuff to do. We'll sit there and say in the morning. But then afterwards, if everything goes well, I'll sit there and do. I'll sit there and do another live stream tomorrow. Billy says you say days one more times and cuss. Now I gotta sit there and say, and I'll take this my review. Days was not the best when it came towards the episode, but it had the best cliffhanger out of all four of them. It had the best cliffhanger. I would sit there and probably say my favorite was the Young and Restless, which is really wild. Why is the Young and Restless actually winning? What is going on with the Young and Restless actually winning? I mean, GH wasn't terrible. Ron says I predict that Xander. I predict that Xander that shot Harris. Okay. We got more to talk about this Ariana Zucker situation. Rams TV is in the chat. What's good, my friend? What's good, my guy? How you been? Hope everything is good with you. You know, I didn't forget about that, Grams. We still gotta sit there and do our our collab. So I didn't forget about that. Did not forget about that, my friend. Duane is in the chat. Was good. Terry Ice Cream is in the chat. Warby's in the chat. How y'all doing tonight? Just getting off of work. I'm doing pretty well. I actually had the day off, so I cannot complain. Only this Ariana Zucker situation has got a lot of yes, yes, yes. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, at this point, we don't know this lawsuit, these allegations, chorus production, all of that. It's Ariana's in the chat. Was good. I had my nap and I'm here. Oh, nap is always good. You know me, Ariana. I appreciate my naps. Duan says, "Oh, you didn't say being Beyonce today." Okay. Ron says, "I didn't see a part three." Yeah, well, Ron, he still got to work on it. Still got to work on it. You gotta get his facts straight. His ideas in order, and those are the type of things you can't rush, Ron. You can't rush it. Now, if you saw my review on Days of Our Lives, um, the one thing I would sit there and say, and I'll say it here too, let's wait until everything comes out. Before we start getting enough feelings, before you start saying, oh, I knew that company was bad news, this, that, and the third. And it's like, we don't know if she chose to leave because she felt like she didn't get enough money. That's her contract was up. That's why they got to negotiate this stuff. Billy says, I can't believe they actually let her go. Now people are speculating Nicole may have been recasted. Yes. But see, that's the thing, Dolly. Is it, that's the question, though, Dolly. Did they let her go or did she quit? What's good, Eagle Fang? What's up, Robert? Drew is turning himself into Franco. Yes, he's losing it. Yes, yes, Eagle Fang. My dude is straight up losing it. Um, but I figured that's just extra storyline. Ariana says, I didn't really watch States, however, my understanding is that this firing is really messy. Yes. But like I was meant to say to Dolly, was it a firing or did she quit? Because usually in these things with these negotiations, I give you a number you don't like, you give me a number I don't like, you give me a number that you think is higher and I don't like it, and then you're like, you know what, listen, we're not gonna do this. Ariana has left days two other times in the past. Okay. Doesn't put forth information like he give. Yes. Yes, Ron. It's very important to do that. Because we don't like looking like fools. Not in our word, you gotta carry some sort of weight, you know? He says Franco is Drew's brother from another mother for new viewers. Yes. Franco is Drew's brother. Wait, what? Well, not blood though, right? Or maybe they are blood. Okay. You know what? Eagle Fang, I think you just told me something too. Black Mars in the chat. What's good, my guy? Autumn, what's good? Why is Drew so fixated on recruiting Michael to get revenge on Nina? Like Drew, Michael just got his foot back in the door with Sonny and Willow. Michael learned his lesson. He ain't exactly. You're not going to drag him down. Exactly, Autumn. Um, and Drew's so out of pocket. Drew is so out of pocket. I was like, bro, why don't you take accountability for your actions? No, I got to sit there and destroy Nina. Blah 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 blah. Ariana says, I think Drew is fine. Yes. Yes, Ariana, a lot of people are saying that. You want to say Drew won't take accountability for his actions? Yes. He's volunteer. Yes. Duan, yes. Eagle Fang says, Scandal at Days, I can't support that show any longer. I hope the actress that plays Nicole wins her lawsuit. Well, I guess people already pick sides. See that message right there? Exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly what I'm talking about. It's like we don't know all the facts of everything that about yes. And what's good, Darby? How you doing tonight? And yes, I get that part. They knew about the actress, they knew about the allegations, and they didn't do anything. Yes, I get that part, Ron. That's the part where I agree with you. The part that I find very difficult is that she's filing for this lawsuit for harassment after it already happened. Um, like this whole lawsuit, Smith is saying, well, because of harassment, but bro, you could have very well quit because you didn't like what they were offering. And then you Smith is saying that you got fired unjustly. That's what I'm Smith saying. Jolie says if days get canceled, that's just one less soap and one less place for seasoned soap actors to work. Yes, Jolie, yes, exactly. Yes. I agree with that. Jolie's right. But see, that's my whole thing though. It's like Juanita, I think all this drama with Sunny is a way to bring Jason back. Absolutely, Juanita. It's good to see you again. How have you been? And yes, Juanita is correct about that. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. I mean, it's gonna be definitely gonna be interesting. I'll say that much. Autumn says, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Carly. This whole episode, Drew just needs to give it up. Yes. And move on. Like Carly suggested, he should follow suit and move on. Yes. I agree with that. I agree with that. Justin's falling in love with the wrong people. What's good, Justin? Of course. You've been missed. Listen, when I see people in my chat, I do remember them. No matter if I got 60 people, if I got 30 people, if I got 15 people, I remember them. You know, so it's good to see you again. Though this is a perfect example is Ann Jordan of Y&R. She's a major actress and vet, and yet there are dozens like her we don't get to see anymore because there aren't enough soaps. Yes, I agree. Yes. Yep, I saw it too, Ron. It looked like Harrison was probably going to die. Dory says, I think Xander shot Harris, but I think that hit was staged by Harrison Xander to fool Clyde. Very interesting. Very interesting, Darby. What do they call that? A red something? A red herring? What do they call that? A red herring, right? They're gonna say, yeah, maybe can't say our names, but you remember Sniper. Yes, very true, Ariana. I may not always be able to pronounce your names, but I do remember you. That is very true. Her, I was like, I haven't seen her in a hot minute. There was some other people in my comment section that I had to sit there and say what's up to that I haven't seen. Autumn says, sure, Carly has snarky comments towards Nina, but she's not actually actively pursuing revenge towards Nina. If Drew keeps going down this path, he's going to end up hurting people, hurting someone he won't mean to hurt. And maybe that's when Jason Morgan steps in. That was a lot of blood that was flowing out of a blood pack. Ooh. So Darby, you think that the shooting was staged, that he faked his death? Okay. Ron says, I wonder if Maxie will get her back blown out by Damien. By the way, what did everyone think about Spinelli today? Very curious. Freddie, what's good, my guy? What's good? It's good to have you back. Autumn says what Drew needs to do is to go be a parent to his daughter. That is what he needs to do and figure out a good co-parenting relationship with Sam because I'm pretty sure it's still yes. I agree. What do you think about the Thomas scene today? Because they barely showed him. Um, I don't remember Thomas actually in the episode. Ron, I'm glad to have you back, Freddie. But Thomas wasn't in this episode today. Luna was exactly, Lord B. Luna was high out her mind. Luna was high out her mind. I was like, yo, yes, Dolly, they keep using it. Yes. I wish he would just tell Maxie he wants to be with her. And yes, cringe. Darby. You know what? Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you said that. I did my review, so I think at this point everybody knows how I feel about Spinelli today. Lorby, I think they're like medicinal purposes kind of things. Because it must be. You know, when you saw her, she looked like she was high out her mind. Oh, I didn't think anything of them, Ron. Yeah, no, I didn't think anything. I have to tell you the truth, I thought that whole story was just unnecessary. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was unnecessary. But yep, ready? I agree. But you know, my whole thing is though, Laura B. It seemed like Luna had her own mints that she would sit there and put in her mouth. It wasn't just a poppy thing. Everybody remembers that at some point Luna did actually have her own mints that she was using. Yes, make sure you do hit the like button. Make sure you do hit the like button. Where are we with the likes? Thank you, Ariana. Thank you. Oh, we got 13. We got 13 likes. We got 30 people in the chat. So yes, if you are enjoying the stream, do hit the like button. It does subscribe some new people into the channel. Um, Valerie, what's good, Valerie? Um, but yeah, it does actually help. So if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. Thank you, Ariana. Well, you know, Ron, the thing is, I can see that, but also he doesn't know that she is under the influence. But yes, somebody else said the same thing in the comment section. Maybe says this can't be the first time she took out one of Poppy's pills. It seemed like she had her own though. I could have swore she went out one night and she had her own pills. So, but anyway, yeah, she's higher than an effing kite. I'll tell you that much. Judas. All right. Yeah. Yes, it's going to be kind of a really bad situation, a really bad look if that does want to playing a factor. You know, Zende sleeping with Luna and Luna being under the influence. And then it raises the whole thing about consent. And yeah, I could see this just going downhill pretty fast. Freddie says Drew needs to grow up. He's so extreme to get back at Nina, yet he definitely not the same after getting out of prison. Well, I mean, to be fair, Freddie, not many people are the same at the get. Some people aren't the same after getting out of prison. Freddie says, as without consent, it's still on the matter. If Luna was, eh. Yeah, see that's where things get a little kind of tricky. That's the things get a little kind of tricky. um, Darby. I don't know if that's a law thing, and it could be a law thing, but then morally, it's like is I feel like it's kind of a gray area. Lorby says, "I'm sorry I missed yesterday's live, but in a way, I'm glad it looked like." You know, here's the thing, Lorby. It wasn't so much it was dramatic. It's just that you had somebody that kept coming in, spamming the chat, saying gross, disgusting things. Um, So that was the thing. It wasn't so much like it was drama. It's just one person kept coming in and kept making multiple accounts to say gross things in the chat. But I have to sit there and say the reason why people sit there and do stuff like that is because I'm so good at what I do that people take time out their days and their lives to sit there and come on the channel and hate on me. And yes, I will sit there and brag about that. I'm just I'm just that good. So when you're good at what you do, you're gonna sit there and have to deal with haters. Um, Autumn says Drew should go get some therapy because between Victor Castanet holding him captive for yesterday and between getting beaten up in prison. He needs to get some help. He's not over what Victor did. Autumn, somebody said, he came at Nina so hard. How come he didn't come at Drew like that? I mean, how come he didn't come at Victor like that? Victor held this man captive for like years. And he didn't come at Victor with that same energy. He's coming at Nina. What's good, Jonathan? Yeah, Dolly, yeah. Well, you know what? I will sit there and say this. This is another reason why I definitely, yes, Jonathan, I agree with that. This is why I did sit there and say that in my review. This is why I also encourage the membership thing. Because if people want to sit there and be that hateful, then they're going to have to sit there and pay for it. So if you're not a member, click the join, click the, in the pin comment, click the in the pin comment to become a member. It's a lot of fun. And you never know who's actually going to show up. It was Autumn. I would sit there and say it wasn't super interesting, but I think it was probably a tie, or probably second when it came towards General Hospital today. But he said, especially with a couple of days ago when the interviews came at me, because yeah, I know, I know. But Freddie, let's just move past that, and you know, really, Duane? I mean, I put it up. That Unfortunately, Freddie, a lot of times this is the problem with the fan base. There's some people that do just not know how to act. Um, but you know me, I'm always going to sit there and try to do my best to kind of keep the drama down to a minimum and try to disperse it whenever I can. Jonathan, somebody else is there saying that it could be Xander as well. And I thought about that too when I did my review. So I feel like most people in here are members. Freddie, you should become a member. It's actually pretty fun. Seriously, ask anybody in the chat. But I was gonna sit there and say, I mean, yeah, of course, me too, Freddie. But like I said, Freddie, I always got your back though. So I just want you to know that. Johnson says, and will Lucas survive? Lucas has been doing a lot of foolishness since he's been back. Um, he's talking to reporters, he's going downstairs where anyone can see him. He's acting like things is not a big deal. I'm like, bro, you have been, and again, I said this in my review when I first saw Lucas, I wasn't a fan of him. When he burst in Nicole's apartment looking for Allie, and I came at him sideways, people wasn't there looking at me like I had three hats, talking about, well, that's his daughter. He has a right to sit there and know where his daughter is at. And I'm just like, I'm personally thinking like, what? I mean, I didn't want to sit there and be too harsh, but I'm just like, I feel like that was such a brain dead comment. Um, but I was never a huge fan of Lucas since the minute I saw him. I don't think he's the worst character, but um, also now for anybody, because I know Ron is listening to you talking about Johnson says is it's almost as if they're making Clyde's exactly John, except without the resources, without the money. Without the money. Ain't that something? Anyway, there's if anyone actually saw Phoenix's video, he put up somebody that may be coming to the show. He put up an actress that's coming to the show that looked like they could be the recast of Nicole. Apparently she played on a show called 90210, the new one. Same type of hair color and everything like that. So yeah, Freddie. I mean, like I said, yeah, I wasn't too thrilled about that scene either. Ron, because that person was a nut job. That's why. You have people that don't know how to behave in a setting where it's not really hard to behave. So that's why, Ron. Because people are nuts. Me Cobb is in the chat. Was good, Makai? I still call you Makai for from time to time, even though I know how to pronounce your actual name. Um, but yeah, so I thought that was interesting. Oh, you saw her. She's not going to be in the Nicole recast. She's playing a new character named Moran, who has a past. Okay. Hmm. Where'd you read that from, Jonathan? I mean, I believe you. I'm just very curious where you got that from. And it's amazing because like the way that Phoenix's her cast was announced a week ago. Damn. Exactly right. But that's what I'm saying. Like if the casting was over a week ago, and Jonathan is they're telling me that she's gonna be a new character. How come Phoenix didn't pick that up, Ron? I mean, sir, that's a really that's a Ron, that's a good question. Why did he not pick that up then? Why did he sit there and say it could be so and so? Because that's something that I think he would have spotted, right? I imagine he would have spotted that. So think that's pretty crazy. I didn't actually have anybody in the news yet. Yes, it could have been a new Abigail, but um, Autumn says that Dex get caught and Sonny questions him. He needs to be going ahead. Just be Sonny with Sonny, or just be truthful with Sonny about everything. Because, like I said, Michael and Sonny can truly heal until Michael tells Sonny everything. Yes. Oh, okay, John. So she's way too young to be Nicole. Okay, yeah, I didn't. That's actually very true. That's actually very true. But and that's the thing though. This is something that Phoenix said. Well, now I'm sounding like Ron. It just gives you insight into maybe why so many other actresses left. Chloe, why Camilla left, why um Sammy won't come back on full time. So many people left this show. What's good, Double C? And I think it has a lot to do with a lot. They lost so many. Let's sit there and think about it. They lost so many people because they chose not to do anything until it got that out of hand. They left because of who shall not be named. Exactly. But that's crazy though. You know, Jonathan, like they really shot themselves in the foot for that. Ariana says, I wonder what will happen to the character of Dex when Jason gets back. Ariana, that dude's gonna be washing windows. Okay, that dude's gonna be washing windows and cleaning or something like that. He's gonna be their chauffeur. He's gonna get the Xander treatment. What's good, Double C? Autumn says, but what? See, exactly, Ron. Sierra Brady. I forgot the actress that plays her, but yes, Victoria something. All these people left because of that one guy, and they chose not to do anything. That's insane to me. And Freddie said Dex ass would be grass. I think he'll just he's just gonna be irrelevant at this point. Yeah, Jonathan. Funny he didn't have the same energy for Victor though. Remember Victor Cassadine, who also held him prisoner, but yeah, he didn't have that same energy for him. Isn't that crazy, Jonathan? Autumn says, but what if the kicker is Michael and Dex secret is Carly knows Willow knows Jocelyn knows, even though Willow talked Michael out of and made Michael see that sending Sane to prison. Yeah. Valerie says, LOL, Jazz is gonna have to get her loving afternoon somewhere else. Juanita says, I'm afraid if Luna gets pregnant, we're gonna have a baby daddy issue called Murray. Ooh, who will it be? I wish they get rid of Germ. CJ Love is in the chat. What's good? I know it's C Clove or CJC Clove. I'm gonna call you CJ Love. Yeah, Double C. That's a perfect time. Think about it. Friday night, and what do you want to sit there and watch? Golf on the CW. Oh Jesus Christ, I hate that channel. Hate that network. Murray. Says Victoria left and don't want to be permanent. Exactly. And I think it had a lot to do with the Alar guy, which he chose to do nothing about until they were practically threatened by the entire cast. By the entire cast, that if they didn't do anything, then they were going to walk. Autumn says, I don't think Sonny is going to kill Dex, but he's going to be upset on the fact that Jocelyn is involved with Sonny. With him, Sonny's not going to kill him. Yeah, you're right about that, Autumn. Yep. Double C. Golf is on the CW because it's a Friday night, and for some odd reason that just makes sense to them. Freddie says, I shouted at my TV when Michael told Willow he'd be honest about everything. Exactly. I said the same thing. I was like, bro, are you serious? Freddie, again, I said this in my review. The fact that Michael had to sit there and knock on the door on his own property is just insane to me. Johnson says, Alar, if we use his name, we use the short version. Jonathan, like I said, I just use Mr. Alar because at this point that's the only thing he's getting. Crazy Mom Dance says, I think Everett is the one who shot Harris and started the fire. What's good, Crazy Mom? Yes, Ron. Yes, exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly, Mr. OR. Thank you. Let's welcome Crazy Mama to the chat. Exactly. I really sat there was like when he knocked on the door, the first thing I said was, "Oh hell no." I was like, bro, I know you're not sitting there knocking on the door in your own house, your own property. Well, I don't know if I'm allowed back in, I mean, if you want me to leave, I'll sit there and leave. What do you mean you leave? Why are you leaving your own place? Like what kind of it did not look like Everett, he barely had facial hair. Very true. You mean the arsonist, right? Yes. Double C says Mr. Allah is not as bad as Vince McMahon. I will have to sit there and take your word for that. But I mean, either way, you don't think he shot Harris Heather? Well, somebody did. Somebody did. Somebody did something. I mean, you could be correct, but time will sit there and tell. Exactly. That's why I said, everyone, welcome, crazy mommy to the chat. Thank you for joining tonight. See, this is why hitting the like button actually really does work. It's not just a saying to sit there, it's like a vanity thing. Like it generally does work. Johnson says, what if the shooter was Lee Shun who wasn't killed after all? Well, it makes sense that they're going to recast Gabby again and bring her back into the fold. Freddie says, of course, Dex won't be in a body bag, but they're going to be consequences when Sonny knows the whole truth. And hopefully those consequences won't disappoint us. Freddie says this time Brick will point a spotlight on Dex bank account. Past everything, you will find out something. Even if Dex is about shooting at Sonny, Dex will be seen will seem sus to Sonny. Yes. Yes, crazy mom. That's how we do it. And you're correct about that, Dari. That's how we do it. Every time somebody comes in new, we sit there, we give them a welcome and stuff. Um, you know, these chats are fun. They get a little out of hand sometimes, but I've been doing a better job as far as kind of putting a stop to that ish. Um, Justice says, what if Lee made a deal with Clyde to fake his death and frame Gabby and secretly work for Clyde? It's a hell of a theory. Belly Mama Hurricane, how you doing tonight? Hope you had a good day. Plus, Everett himself could be a Horton. There's still that angle as well, yes. And that's something that DC was not there um, talking about. Also, you also want to be a member. That's good to hear, Mel. Thank you for letting me know. You also want to be a member because I think Sunday, if everything goes well, this Sunday, it's going to be me, DC, and Kyrie. So you're going to be sitting there doing a collab live stream. For the members, you're definitely going to want to be a part of that. As you know, usually we share things in the member circle that we don't sit there and share throughout the regular videos and stuff. So you're going to want to be a part of that. So definitely click the pin comment. Queen Becky D, what's good? And happy Friday to you as well. Still trapping, but I'm not feeling Brick and Jordan. Zeke is still trapped in the attic. But yeah, so you're definitely going to be a part of that by clicking the pin comment. I think we're at 80 members. I have to sit there and double check. I think we might be at 80 members. So that just means we got 20 more before we can get back to 100, which would be amazing. We can do it. We can do it. It is only the ninth. Yeah, Freddie, it's a really good question what they did with Zeke. You know, see, this is the problem with a lot of this stuff, and I need to sit there and kind of get into more of the background stuff that goes on with these actors. Because let's take Miss Wu for example. We haven't seen her in a while. And people have been complaining, talking about why she's not using Miss Wu. They need to use Miss Wu more. They're not doing this, color that. Well, the truth of the matter is, from what I understand, the actress is taking care of her mother. But people love to sit there and draw their own conclusions without finding out the actual information of what's going on. Oh, I don't know if I actually said this. Barry said two scumbag lovers and one man of logic. Spoiler alert, you're the man of logic. Yeah, Darby, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. So, we're definitely gonna be talking about that. We're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. We're talking about a lot of stuff going on. We're gonna be spilling the tea. Also, I got a very controversial, well, somewhat controversial video, very pearl clutching video that I'm going to be putting out tonight for members only. Um, so we'll get a chance to watch it, talk about it this weekend before I put it out for everyone else. Freddie says I was disappointed when Tackett wasn't part of rescuing Trina and Paris from Esme. Exactly, but you had Curtis there. You had Curtis there. Ain't that something? Curtis actually showed up. And my dude's in a wheelchair, and yet Taggart could. And the thing is, Freddie, they could have used another actor to play Taggart. Um, Mel says Amanda, that's when I talk, will portray a character Lucy with her real life son, Elvis, as Danny debuts on Wednesday. Okay, thank you for letting me know. DC, Taggart is non-factor. Y'all realize that, right? DC's in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to DC. Freddie, that's a damn good question. I said the same thing to him. Let's everyone say what's up to DC. Ron says Everett will be a fool to burn down the Horton house where Julie and Chad live with his kids and stuff and whatever. Well, I mean, well, yeah, obviously, Ron, but we don't we don't know. We don't know the whole story. Ooh, Valerie says roll over Esme's foot. Jesus Christ. um Darby says, I don't want to call Danny a scumbag anymore, however. He's too stupid as a man with a brain cell to be called. And that's another thing, Darby. I think that was probably the only part of The Young and the Restless that I did not like today. Was the whole Danny, him whining, and it's just like, ugh, I couldn't deal with that. And Christine just, oh, do not be sorry about that, Valerie. Do not be sorry about that. Exactly. Do not be sorry about that, Valerie. That was too funny. Ariana says Tag has been missing for a hot minute. Exactly. We can even get a Dollar Tree version of him. Mel says Camilla, that used to play Gabby, has a thriller movie called Final Heist on Tubi. So now she's doing low budget movies. That's awesome. She must really want to get out of. Yeah, okay, Duan. She must really want to get out of. She must really want to get out of Days of Our Lives. Kyrie's can't stay long, just saying hey and reminding you Danny is a very good man. See you on Sunday. Have a great night. You as well, Kyrie's. I look forward to seeing you as well. That's right. Me and Kyrie's the one and only. Um, with DC, we're gonna be doing a live stream. It'll be very fun. Oh, it's too late. It's too late. Double C. He already caught me. But don't worry, Double C. I'll make sure I'll say that when we do the collab. Thank you, Kyrie's. That's my guy right there. Uh, and the G, Ambassador Sam Official is in the chat. Was good. Let's everybody say what's up to Ambassador Sam. Hope you had a good day, by the way. I still can't believe Valerie said the only thing that Curtis was going to do to Esme was roll over that man's foot. Jesus Christ. Okay. Right, I didn't say that. I'm pretty sure it would have been canceled. And tricked him into raising her son. And 30 years later, he wants to keep being friends with her. Yeah, Danny's a moron. Of course, Ambassador. Yeah, I was gonna sit there and check how you doing, make sure you're good. What's good, Gemini? Ron says, what's so good about Danny? Two grown men fighting over that trash. Really, they're two desperate clowns. And you see, Ron, I agree with you on that one. I do. What's good, Gemini? Happy Friday to you. Freddie says, if I remember correctly, Avery had a 3-year contract, so maybe it was 3 years because she debuted in 2021. Yes. She was on the show for a while. And she definitely did her thing. I got good news that she's only on the 14th to the 16th. Good. Good. I'm glad to hear that, Mel. The shorter the least that she's on, the better that I would feel. That actually is good news. Crazy Monsters, Phyllis and Y&R has a lot in common with Brooke on B&B. Really? Like what? Very curious. See, I was just going to say that she, you know what? No, I'm actually very curious about that. Gemini says Billy honestly is left because she's usually the one with the problems. Mr. Bear is another person I've seen in a while. B&B makes it look like Zende knows Luna took the wrong meds. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, Mr. Bear. How have you been? Aaron says Avery has left the show. Yep. Well, did she leave the show or was her contract up? Because like that's the thing. Like, was her contract up or did she leave the show? Gemini said, "What happened on B&B? What happened on GH today?" Hmm. What the hell did actually happen? Yeah, I think I talked about in my review. Exactly, Lord B. It's been a hot minute since I see Mr. Bear. Brooke, Phyllis, both. Okay. We could do without the whole slut shaming thing. Um, Gemini, it's like a lot happened. It's like a little happened, but also nothing really happened in a sense. And it says contract's done. She's doing a dance review. Okay. Okay. Yes, Jim. Yeah, definitely watch the review. Yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see you again, Mr. Bear. You've been missed. Johnson says, "How fun would it be if one of the soaps did a story where they end up on a Murray like daytime talk show?" What's good, Big Nate? Oh, I got you. I got you, Duan. I got you. I got you. Um, DC says Spencer Farina was so quick, which led me to believe the writers or the staff at GH didn't care. Honestly, tell you the truth, I felt like it was not quick enough. Oh, Maury. Thank you, Jonathan. I kept saying they calling him Murray. Maury, thank you. And it just keeps moving up. I don't think that Xander. I don't think that Xander did not start the whole fire and the shooting at Harris. Okay, because he wanted to change. Yes, I said the same thing. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate you. DC says now they're saying the funeral wasn't quick enough. It wasn't. Honestly, to tell you the truth, it really was not, DC. That funeral, it lasted the whole episode, and honestly, to tell you the truth, I did not care. I did not give a damn. It's just, honestly, to tell you the truth, DC, it didn't actually do anything. Like, what was the episode even about? Like, what tears, DC? I didn't see any tears. Ruby says, I saw that funeral show opera has a scene at Esme gravesite to get her another. I mean, well, yes. That's the only thing that I will sit there and say. Mr. Bear says I don't be here that much because I only watch one soap and it's only 30 minutes. Well, Mr. Bear, I talk about Bold and the Beautiful as well. We talk about Bold and the Beautiful as well. So definitely come through for the Bold and the Beautiful chats. Yes, I put up stuff about GH usually, but I want more Bold and the Beautiful fans to come in this chat as well. Double C GH was meth, but not Brick finding out. Yes, that part was good. That part was good. Ron said, let others in the chat do petition Bell to write Sheila pregnancy with triplets, and I don't care. Oh, Ron, you're too much. Crazy Mom said Phyllis and Brooke like to break up people's relationship and won't take responsibility for what they do. Very true. Very, very true, Crazy Mom. Mr. Bear says, yeah, I mostly talk about GH. Well, here's the thing, Mr. Bear. I talk about B&B, but I need more people that's going to be talking about B&B in the chat. That's the thing. I always encourage people to come in and talk about B&B, but I do steer the conversation in a way where most people want to talk about GHR days and whatever. So people talk about B&B. We'll talk about that. Being too nice. Are you kidding me? DC says, I feel like Dana was being too nice to Phyllis, especially after she tried to seduce him and lure him in. He's a good man, too. No, he's a scumbag and a coward. How are you talking about? Kimberly, how you doing tonight? Hope you had a good day. Let's everyone say what's up to Kimberly. Just wants to do the right thing. I can with you. We'll talk more about that someday. This Danny's a good man BS. Kimberly, we bet wasn't it the one that was in those damn what are those mints? What are those damn mints that Poppy was like, oh, where's my mints at? Where's my special mitts at? DC says, do you see Sonny as a scumbag and a coward? Or Jason? Well, I can see him as a scumbag, yes. And Jason, I see him as a coward when it comes towards his kids, because he puts other people's kids in above his own. Darby says, you heard that? Albert Phyllis won't let him go. Yeah, it's all Phyllis's fault. Danny is just. Mr. Bear says, I understand why people don't watch it. Yeah, I get that too. I get it too, Mr. Bear. Got good news is directed at Dan is set to do a new Predator movie. Oh, okay. I do like the Predator series. DC, you know I'm always gonna keep that same energy. You know me, I keep that same energy. That's what I do. I don't have to worry about that. Kimberly says, I accept pretty much anything a soap gives us, but today the first thing us was saying they were better not do this, and what did they do? They did it. Oh Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's a victim. You know, DC, all you have to sit there and say to a woman is no, go away and leave me the hell alone. But he won't do that because he still wants to be with what you call it. He still wants to be with Phyllis. That's the thing. I imagine she would. Um hmm. uh, I will read that comment in one second. Johnson says, but there's a lot of things about the CW I want to say. I will get to it. Yes, we would definitely be doing that. Kimberly says I might start peeping at GH because the other soaps are running up my blood pressure. You don't want it to get to that point. Mel says I got good news that both Arnold and Danny Glover are in. Ah, okay. DC says, and Phyllis hasn't learned since what she did today, and I just feel Danny is such a hard. Okay. I know I heard, Jonathan, somebody else, yeah, it was Double C that came in and told me about that. I'm like, are you kidding me? But, Friday night, I can see that's what people want to sit there and watch for some other reason. Uh, Darby says, but did you know that both Danny and his son were both. Oh, no, I did not know about that. I knew about Danny with Phyllis, but that was about it, though. Damn. Well, Kimberly, Phyllis is very messy. She's like Nina in a sense. Like Nina is that perfect soul character because she's so messy and everything. Yeah, that's what I said. Like I think you would like GH and you would like Nina to some extent. It really doesn't. It really doesn't, DC. Nope, nope. What does that have to do with him Snither kissing back another woman? And not Snither's. I mean, I get that he said, I heard that I would not like Carly. I mean, I think it's the way that they write for Carly. That's the problem. You know, if we're gonna be honest, I think it's the way that they write for Carly. That's the problem. What will Doug and Julie do since the Horton house burnt down? Damn good question. DC says, let me stand down because I realized the harder I ride for Danny, the more Albert despises him. So maybe if I take a step back, Albert will see what I see. I mean, I doubt that, but okay. Johnson says Chad will probably have to move. Yes. Oh, okay, Kimberly, I didn't know that. Kimberly says she used to watch GH when it was Sunny and Brenda and Jax. So Kimberly, what made you start watching it then? Was it good, Shakira? Here's the thing, DC. I don't think he's the worst character. I just don't like the fact that he kisses another woman. He acts like it's not a big deal, especially at the nightclub. That's a that's the thing, though. That's the thing. He literally sat there and kissed Phyllis, or he was having a conversation with Phyllis, and instead of him sitting there saying, "You know what? I want to sit there and leave," he walks 5 paces to the damn bar. I'm like, bro, are you serious? I got in a daze, and they were on the same time. Oh, okay. DC says, but who has kissed two people in one night? Give the man some grace. DC, you should know me well enough to know that I don't do grace. You should know me enough to know that I don't do grace. I rarely do that. Oh, how you doing, Crystal? Oh yeah, I see you're still on that. Okay. Shakira Mel is actually in the chat. It's just, I mean, that's true, Becky. Exactly, DC. You know I don't do grace. Kimberly says too attractive when what could have been done, Danny should have said no. Exactly. That's what you do, Kimberly, when you're a man and you actually have a spine. It's not hard to sit there and say no. You don't just have it happen to be like, oh, it's okay, it's fine. I should just sit there and give grace. Do 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 do. F out of here. The Conjuring 4 that has found a new director. Hmm, okay. I think I only watched the first Conjuring. Then I just fell off, and I don't think it was because it was a bad movie. I don't know. Johnson says maybe Clyde's plan was to have Lee fake his death, frame Gabby so he can use Gabby as leverage to have Stefan do his bidding. Jonathan, it sounds like you come up with better stories than the writers themselves. Yeah, Shakira, Days had a good cliffhanger. I would sit there and say that it wasn't really that great for me personally, but it had the best cliffhanger out of all four of them. Kimberly says Danny and his son needs to stop giving in to seduction. Exactly, just say no. It's not a hard thing to do. And I'll also tell you the truth, Devon, I get that he wants to protect his sister. I'm like, bro, you really are not in a position. You are not in a position to sit there and start coming that start coming that hard at Daniel with this whole virtual stinker thing. Even Daniel called him out. And what did Devon do? He didn't own up to it. He just deflected. I'm like, bro, are you serious? Freddie says Willow buys. She's saying Nina's petty and vindictive, but you didn't really tell Drew to end his vendetta against Nina. You easily gave Drew the benefit of the doubt and Michael. That Prey 2 is in the works, but yeah, I didn't actually watch the first Prey movie. I know it's on Hulu. I just didn't get a chance to actually watch it. I don't know if I'm actually gonna watch it or not. Johnson says if my theory holds up, then when Gabby gets out, Lee will be the one going to prison. DC said that it's fine. It's so hard to believe that Clyde had this much power with people and Salem, including the marriage. Yet when he was released, homeboy couldn't even find a job. It doesn't make any sense. Exactly. That's the problem. And he is 100% correct about that. Johnson says, and it would be convenient for Ali because Lee because he committed crimes without being a suspect because he's currently yes deceased. Ariana says if they put Jason and Elizabeth together, I'm done. So who do you want Liz to be with then? Because I mean, let's be honest, he ain't going back to Sam. He's not going back to he's not doing that. What's good, Tracy Steves? What the hell is her name? Kelly Monaco. He's not going back to Kelly Monaco. I don't know what their relationship is like, but um the way that they broke up just made no sense and just made me believe that DC says I honestly want Jason with Carly. I would prefer he didn't come back. Okay. Well, you always kind of cruised onto your. I don't feel like Liz is neat. DC, you've been saying a lot of unpopular things tonight, so this is just par for the course at this point. Excuse me, I'm going to stay on it. Okay, great, Crystal. I mean, that's your opinion. We can agree to disagree. Emily says, I'm at a loss why they would want the house burned down. Can someone give me info? I haven't watched in 2 weeks. It has been terrible. It has, here's the thing, Kimberly. I think it has something to do with Chad. Clyde threatening Chad. Clyde, Clyde threatening Chad when he ran that news article. The paper against him, and Clyde was like, "Listen, um, if you keep going, bad things are going to happen." He also seemed like he did threaten Everett too. So I think it's Clyde because of the news article. A lot of things like what? I don't know, DC. How much time do you have? Oh, yeah, DC. You got to sit there and understand. When we do these chats, it's going to be spoilers. You got to either keep up with the class. You got to either keep up with the class and the homework, or I don't know. Why is DC not on? Now, Kimberly says, why is DC not on live as well? That's for you, DC. Freddie says Michael even told Willow because she collapsed from that leukemia. What's good, Johan? Crazy Mom says, I still think Everett is Clyde's boss. DC says, I would say you got to keep up with the class. I'm just, Just being honest. You know how we roll, DC. Oh, you said so yourself. Like you. I think so. Johnson says Everett is no crime boss. No, I got bad news that Cody versus Acme is expected to be shelved and deleted forever. Oh, this is the second time that they're. This is the second time they're going to delete a movie. So first Batgirl, now this. Wow. Warner Brothers and their idiotic mistakes. CH and Y&R. Okay, that's crazy. DC. Why GH and Y? Okay, why not Days though? You're more caught up on Y&R than Days. I'm a little kind of shocked by that. Freddie says if Nina is vindictive for trying to send Carly to prison, so is Michael for trying to send. Yep, I agree with that. LOL. I forgot they used to call it that. Kimberly says, why bring Everett on and make him the same as Nick? Oh, you mean like if he's a bad person or whatever? Francis says Blake said himself that Everett is a huge departure from Nick. Crystal says, no, I do agree with you about Danny. Thank you. DC says, I feel Y&R has been bringing it for me out of all the soaps, even though legit they have the same combos every day, which is which is the wildest part. That's true. Juanita said that wedding on B&B looked like Grandpa marrying his granddaughter, so I'm disappointed. And Christine, she always has so much class. Exactly, Juanita. To sit there and stoop down to Phyllis' level is so. That's not the reason why I can't take this whole love triangle thing seriously. I'm just like I don't give two. That's another reason why I just don't care about the stupid love triangle. Because I'm like, Christine, you basically said that you was not going to sit there and be fighting over a man. And what are you doing? Fighting over a man. And Danny, out of all people, like, are you kidding me? Seems terrible also. I'm like, both of y'all two idiots are sitting there fighting over some aging old rock star. Well, I'm like, in reality, y'all can both do a lot better. This is ridiculous. Like, what are you doing? Kimberly says, Wino seems like they're trying to get their glory days back and it's not working. Not feeling Wino? DC says, and with the Ashley and Tucker thing, I'm wondering now that Ashley knows the truth, where's the story going exactly? Yeah, it's a good question. All that whining that she keeps doing. Ooh, well, you know what? I'll talk to you about it on Sunday. I posted on social media. Kyrie did this intro for um he did this post for Nina Nation. Chris Crystal says over an old. Yeah, I can see that too, Kimberly. I can see that too. Hmm. Mel, it's been so long since I actually watched a Jurassic Park movie. I think the last time I watched one was 2015. Weeping Willow. I totally forgot about that nickname, Freddie. DC says not Nina Nation years. Now in the textbooks, Aubrey and Kyrus be credited as the pioneer. Yeah, and I even tagged DC, I even tagged Cindy Watchos in both Instagram and um Twitter in a Twitter post. So hopefully she sees it. Yeah, I tagged her in both on Instagram and Twitter. So be cool if she sees it. Johnson says it's possible that one of Clive's men stabbed Lee to make Gabby take the fall and later gave Lee a miracle drug to help him heal fast and start doing Clive's bidding. Jonathan, that can only work on Days of Our Lives too. I can see them pulling out some BS like that on Days of Our Lives. There's the reason why some people don't take Days of Our Lives too seriously because of stuff like that. But yeah, Yvonne has been a snob. I just didn't like how he was coming at Daniel talking about cheating is wrong and this, that, and the third. I'm like, bro, you cheated how many times on women? Like, are you kidding me? DC says Nina Nation stand up, but I'm come to be over Nina now. I enjoyed her during Nixon Falls, legit one of the best storylines. Wow, you actually like the Nixon Falls stuff. Oh, no, I agree with that, Kimberly. That's very true. With Days of Our Lives, you just gotta roll with it, just like Kimberly says. I'm making it crystal clear that it's not a love triangle between Danny, Christina, and Phyllis because Danny and Christina wants to be together and Phyllis is absurd. Yeah, I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, I don't really give two shits about all three of them, but yeah, I think again, I think that was the worst part. That was the worst part of Young and the Restless today. Freddie says, funny thing is, Albert Nina originally said Weeping Willow herself. She's was the one who gave Willow the nickname when Nina and Harmony were talking at Charlie's, and Harmony didn't like. Oh, thank you, Freddie. I was wondering where that nickname came from. Freddie, where did Hat Daddy come from? Who came up with Hat Daddy? That is very true, Kim. Crazy Mom. Brad Bell does have his favorites. Johnson says Lee's ultimate. Jonathan, I think she's gonna be more furious with Stefan when she finds out what happened with Stefan. She's gonna be more furious with that. Made him a better man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see how Nina made him a better man, but okay. That's very true, Crazy Mom. He does like Brooke Logan, like the Logans. Freddie said the Hat Daddy nickname, I guess, from the GH fans. Yes, definitely. I'm just wondering which one did it though, Freddie. It might have been James. Emily says I know some fans don't like what writers do. This is rush couples to the other days constantly uses SA to rush a couple. Becky says, I thought you did Albert or DC when we couldn't remember Hat Daddy's name. It might have been. It might have been Becky. Or it might have been James. It might have been James and DC got it from James and I got it from DC. Or Brock TV. But somebody came up with that name first. Somebody came up with that name first. I know that much. That is damn for sure. Somebody did come up with that name. Emily says, "Do you think Steffi and Liam kiss will be revealed?" I've lost hope. Kimberly, it will. But the problem is, Kimberly, it's like you said, you lost hope because that happened months ago. That happened last year. I think if they keep going, I think it may be. I know it's 3 months. I know it's been 3 months. Now it says I got good news that Friday the 13th prequel Crystal Lake show on Peacock. Oh, interesting though. Interesting. There's a lot of good questions that I didn't sit there. Um, there's a lot of good movies I didn't sit there and watch. Bobby said that's a good question. I forgot where Hat Daddy came from. Brock, Albert, and James. Yes, usually around the same time. That's exactly what I'm saying, Lobby. It's like one of us came up with that name. One of us did. It's like a mystery. Ariana says, Albert, you name Hat Daddy. And, well, here's the thing. I know I named Ninarisms. Ariana, that definitely came from me. The Hat Daddy thing, that's questionable. Because I might have got it from somebody else. But Ninarisms, no, I came up with that. I came up with that, and I will fight anybody that says otherwise. It's crazy how LRB. We all used it around the same time. Mel, there's so many Jason movies that I didn't watch. I don't remember me. Well, there's only one Jason movie I do remember watching. That was probably the worst one, and I think that was Jason in Space. Freddie says, and Devane being the police commissioner looks good on her. Yeah, I'm glad she's over the whole Charlotte shooting thing. Crystal says Y&R pulled out a 30-year storyline that didn't work 30 years ago. Yes, with the stupid love triangle that they felt was a good idea and just kept pushing on us. Like every time I sit there and see Danny, I just start to roll my eyes. I'm just like, I don't care. That's the problem. I just don't care. Kimberly says, see glory days. Valerie says, where is Crazy Charlotte lately? Probably with Valentine. I heard we're not going to see him for a while though. I think it was supposed to be like maybe a couple of months. Aaron says you did have daddy because we were on the members making fun of him being in everyone's is, and you said had daddy needs to take a seat. I might have said that. But here's the thing, Ariana. On the subconscious level, I might have got that from somebody else. Yes, Mel, I saw that. I actually cannot wait to see that. I cannot wait to see that, Mel. I'm so glad I actually have Paramount for that. But here's the thing, Ariana. I know of Ninarisms. I will sit there and claim that one. Ariana says, I have it. That is, Ariana, I trust your memory more than I trust mine. I trust your memory way more than I trust mine, Ariana. Johnson says 2 months from now, Warner Brothers could end up being sold. You know, I'm actually okay with that. Freddie says, Albert, speaking of Charlotte, that spoiled Brad never paid for the consequences. Instead, Valentine is enabling her getting what she wants and riding horses. And I agree with that, Freddie, except for the spoiled Brad part. But yes, I do agree with that. Yeah, exactly. Freddie is speaking facts. He is 100% correct. Lobby says, I think they missed an opportunity not showing Anna seeking psychology help. Anna was suffering from some kind of PTSD from the shooting. Yes, I can see that as well, Lord B. Character development and growth, yes. You have a point. You have a very good point. And Freddie's correct about that. That chick just flew up somewhere and it's just out in the sunset. Just Freddie is right. Freddie is exactly right. I do agree with that. All right. As fun as this has actually been, I'm gonna sit there and end the stream here because I do gotta wake up sometime early in the morning to get some errands done. But if everything goes well after my errands, I'll be doing another live stream tomorrow, sometime in the day. I'll put up a post maybe a few minutes before. So I'll be doing two live streams, regulars and for members only. So you definitely want to be a part. You definitely want to be part of the members one. But I will also see the regular non-members tomorrow as well. So yes, with that being said, I'm gonna go. Have a good night, Freddie. Have a good night, Valerie. Have a good night, Quiet Guy. Have a good night, Crystal. Have a good night, Queen Becky D. Have a good night, Blackmont. Have a good night, Crazy Mom. Thank you for joining us tonight. Oh, of course, that's how we do. Have a good night, Laura B. Have a good night, Freddie. Have a good night, Queen Becky D. Have a good night, Ambassador Sam, the Great, the GOAT. Have a good night, Valerie. Have a good night, Anjanetta. Have a good night, Tracy Steves. Have a good night, Jonathan. Johnson says, join us for another edition of Soul Chop Dr. Bostic. Thank you. Have a good night, Kimberly. It was really great to see you again. Have a good night, Juanita. It was also really great to see you. Have a good night, Mr. Bear. And yes, make sure you do hit that like button because it really does actually help. Thank you, Jonathan. Okay, Lobby. Well, you have a good night. Hopefully, I get to see you on Sunday. Have a good night, Crystal. Have a good night, DC. Have a good night, Black Man. Have a good night, Darby. And have a good night, Mr. Bear. It was good to see you again. I feel like I'm missing some people. I don't know who, but I feel like I'm missing some people. Anyway, you know who you are. Oh, there we go. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. And have a good night, Kyrese. I don't think Kyrese is actually streaming tonight. I didn't say anything from him. So, this phone is taking a. Are you kidding me right now? Have a good night, Ariana. Thank you for joining. It was really great to see you. I know how busy you are, so whenever you get to come through, I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, yes, yes. So thank you so much. Stay safe. And yes, Cherry Ice Cream, make sure you do hit that like button because it really does actually help. It's gonna get some new people in here, and we're gonna have a good time. Oh, also have a good night, Queen Mal, Mara Queen. Now, Walking Dead, the one that lives, is coming on. Oh, it's Rick Grimes. He's coming back. Okay, they're doing another Walking Dead series. Okay, interesting. I thought about getting into that series, but I don't know. My friend said it was like really slow starting off, and I mean like really slow starting off. So I guess part of me is kind of, I don't know. I feel like it was a fandom I just kind of missed out on. I don't know if I'm interested enough to sit there and try to revisit. Anyway, have a good night, Queen Mal. Stay safe, everyone. I'll see you on the next live stream. Laters. Yes, have a good night, Mal.